Hey, and welcome back. So, you have been taught that saying yes keeps people close, that giving more means loving more, but here is the hard truth I've learned. Overgiving isn't love, it's self-abandonment. And instead of creating closeness, it actually destroys intimacy. Let me show you why a lack of boundaries is keeping you lonelier than you realize. But first, I'm Janice Holland, a licensed therapist, and I am the trauma teacher. I'm here to help you step out of performative living, where people pleasing and self abandonment thrive, and into courageous living, where your voice leads, your choices align with your values, and your life finally belongs to you. So, we grow up in families, schools, churches, workplaces that all teach a version of the same lie. The more you give, the more lovable, acceptable, pleasing, or good you are. Say yes to your parents and they'll be proud. Say yes to your boss and you'll be valued. Say yes to your partner and they won't leave. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Constantly saying yes when your soul inside is screaming no isn't generosity. It's actually manipulation. Let that sink in a little, because when you curate a version of yourself that's always agreeable, always available, always likable, you're not showing people the real you. You're showing them this performance, a curated, airbrushed version of yourself designed to secure approval and avoid rejection. The version of you they want to see. And here's the kicker. If people love that version of you, they don't actually love you. They love the mask. They love this performance, which means the real you remains hidden, starving for intimacy. And before you tell me, but Janice, I'm just doing what Jesus would do. I'm following my Christian values. I'm called to serve. I want you to think again. Being in a state of constantly saying yes and abandoning your own needs, avoiding boundaries isn't true service. It's performance. It's manipulation dressed up as virtue. I know this is hard to hear, but it is so important that we sift out the difference between true service and love and care for others and this performative curated version that has become so common in everyday life. So like I said, there is a difference between service that flows from authenticity and service that flows from fear. Here's the difference. Let's look at what I call performance service. You agree to watch your neighbor's kids even though you're exhausted. You posture on a smile and tell yourself, this is me being selfless. This is the Christian thing to do. But inside you're resentful and maybe secretly hoping for some recognition. That's not service, it's self-abandonment. Versus authentic service, you pause, check in with yourself and realize you don't have capacity today. You kindly say not this time, and later when you're rested, you genuinely offer to help. In that moment, you're present, grounded, and your yes actually means yes. That's love, that's service. You can feel it flowing from you. The difference? One comes from fear of losing approval. The other comes from alignment, overflow, and truth. One breeds resentment and dysfunction, and the other builds connection and integrity. So stop spiritualizing your self-abandonment. Stop confusing manipulation for ministry. Real service honors both you and the person you're serving. Anything less is performance, and performance destroys intimacy, true connection. Overgiving breeds resentment. You're smiling on the outside, but seething on the inside. It leaves you profoundly lonely because no one actually sees the real you, just your performance. It wrecks your health. Your body carries the weight of every unsaid no. Chronic stress, autoimmune conditions, constant fatigue. Overgiving isn't generous. It's corrosive. It robs you of energy, authenticity, and the possibility of true, authentic connection. Listen, don't just take my word for it. Research shows that people with poor boundaries, those who silence themselves, ignore their needs, and constantly say yes, have higher rates of anxiety, depression, chronic illness, even heart disease. Why? Because your nervous system was never designed to survive in permanent overdrive. Every time you abandon yourself, your body pays the price. Boundaries aren't just emotional, they're biological. So here's the reframe most people miss. Boundaries are not rejection. They are the gateway to intimacy, true connection. When you set a boundary, you're saying, yes, here is the real me. Here's what I can give, and here's what I can't. That's how people actually get to know who you are, get to know you. Think about it. If you're always saying yes, No one ever learns how to meet you, respect you, or love the actual you. They just learn how to consume what you give. And boundaries aren't walls, they're bridges. They create safety for you and the other person. They turn surface level relationships into authentic ones. All right, so I know this can be scary. So here is one boundary you can try to do. All I want you to do is pause before saying yes. Instead of your automatic response, say, let me think about that and get back to you. That one sentence creates space. It buys you time to check in with yourself, and it gently retrains your nervous system to believe that your needs matter. It might feel uncomfortable at first, like you're letting someone down, but discomfort is the price of intimacy. If you never let others feel disappointment, they never get the chance to meet the real you. And here's the part no one likes to hear. If you're still running the yes performance, you are participating in your own loneliness and your own suffering. You are co-signing your own invisibility. You are teaching people that your needs don't matter because you keep hiding them. The only way to end this is to risk being real. Allow yourself to be exposed. So my challenge is to stop the BS. Overgiving isn't love. Boundaries are. Okay, so I know this is a lot to take in. Watch it a couple of times if you need to. And in the final video of this series is coming out in a couple of days. I'll show you how one courageous choice doesn't just change your life. It ripples through generations. It breaks generational patterns and shifts the collective. So hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and be ready because this is where everything we've learned in this series comes together. I'll see you in a couple days.